Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi my fellow June bugs, thank you so much for joining me again in this video. Merry Christmas everyone. It is Christmas Day. By the time this goes up it should be Christmas morning, and I just wanted to wish you a happy Merry Christmas. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I hope today is filled with joy, with love, spending it with family and friends and all of your loved ones. I wish you guys all the best this festive season, and also Happy New Year if I don't see you guys before then. Today is our final day of Collectionmas and I'm so excited to share this one with you. If you've just tuned in, hi, welcome. My name is June. I'm a doctor by day but do make YouTube videos in my spare time. Every day for the last 12 days I have been uploading a collection video from my luxury collection of bags, and I have a whole playlist which I'll put in the info bar if you've missed out on the other collections. And as always, shout out to Meredith who actually inspired this whole collection series. She started Collectionmas and she actually first did it last year. It was an amazing wash and she's also doing it again this year. If you don't follow her or haven't seen her collection videos yet, I will put her channel in the info bar below. Do go and check her out and show her some love. Before I do start, I just wanted to say I am dressed all red for Christmas morning. I also wanted to apologize for background noise. It's very inconvenient to have that going on in the background, but I hope you guys can still hear me okay. So today I am actually going to share with you guys my Chanel classic flap collection, and I actually thought my first video, which was my Louis Vuitton monogram handbag, I thought that was my biggest collection, but turns out my Chanel classic flap has just grown exponentially in the last couple of years. And honestly it's because I do find the Chanel classic flap just a absolute classic. Like, it is in the name. It is probably my favorite handbag silhouette. If I was just to keep one handbag out of my whole collection, it would definitely be without a doubt a Chanel classic flap. Which Chanel classic flap? I don't know because I'm spoilt for choices, but the Chanel classic flap is a bag that I continue to add into my collection because it just holds its value. So versatile in terms of how you can wear it, and it is just very classic. It goes with everything. So it is a bag that I love to add and love to own, and that is why we've got like a collection of nearly 30 bags. Yeah, 30 Chanel classic flaps, which is crazy, I know. Now if you want to see how I style these bags, please go ahead and check out my Instagram. That is where I showcase how I wear and style these bags. So if you want to see these bags in action, please go ahead and follow me on there. But let's just get started. So the first bag I wanted to share is the ever classic Chanel medium large, and this is in the black with the gold hardware in the lambskin leather. So this is your quintessential classic flap. I actually initially got this in the vintage style. I have a whole video. You guys saw my excitement in that video, but I actually did replace it because I just wanted one with like these really puffy lambskin leather. So this is in the medium large, which is just the standard size. Initially, like, the medium large was my go-to size because no one was really buying the small, but up until I think 2017, that's when I actually added my first small classic flap, which I'll show you guys in this collection, and I just fell in love with that size more. So although I did initially start off with the medium large, I will say it's no longer my favorite size. But if you were the type to want to be able to carry more than just like, you know, your wallet, your keys, your phone and essentials, you may want to add medium large. But if you're petite like me, I always recommend the smaller bags more. So that is the first one. So since I started off with the medium large, I might just continue with the medium large. Another medium large classic flap that I have in my collection is this one. So this is the complete opposite of the other bag. While this is lambskin leather, I've got caviar leather here, and you can see the difference and why I love the lambskin. The caviar leather just kind of gives off a more dull shine just because it's pebbled. However, you will find that it's a lot more durable, like without a doubt. Anyone who tells you that caviar leather isn't more durable than lambskin is lying to you. Yes, lambskin can definitely be durable, especially vintage lambskin, but caviar leather, if you buy a caviar leather bag, you don't need to worry about like wear and tear, honestly. This one is in the silver hardware, and this actually has has the burgundy leather interior. The older caviar leather bags didn't actually have the burgundy interior, and I'll show that to you guys in a minute. But that is the second medium large bag. Another one just close to me, this is my burgundy, I think this is 2015 or 2016 Chanel medium large in the burgundy caviar leather. With this one is actually aged gold hardware. I added this one I think in 2018, and this was just like a bag I was dying to add. I love a good burgundy flat bag, and I saw this one in caviar and had to have it. This one I haven't worn a lot, unfortunately, mainly because I also have this one here. So this is my other burgundy classic flat bag. This is one of my older favorites in my collection. This is the 2008 dark red medium large lambskin leather with ruthenium hardware. The lambskin on this is so divine, and it's sort of like more of a softer material, so it's not as stiff as the other classic flaps. The interior is just like that, but you can see it's sort of more like a cherry red, and then this is definitely more of a burgundy. You can see the difference in color there. They're so similar. I get it, but I still have both. Honestly, if I was to let go of one, I'd probably let go of this one, because the purple undertones of this one I don't wear as much, because I think I prefer the dark red undertones of this compared to the purple undertones of this. But those are my two burgundy flat bags. Moving along, the next classic flap I wanted to share is this beautiful tweed medium large. This is actually in like a gray and white tweed, and this comes with ruthenium hardware there. This one I picked up because I wanted to add a tweed classic flap to my collection. This one actually is sort of not in like the best condition, and I got it for like pretty cheap, I think $3.5, which is pretty good for a Chanel classic flap. But I will say this didn't come with its authenticity card, and some parts of it has been painted. But otherwise, I do wear a lot of tweed, and I like to just bring this out when I want to also add like a little bit of a tweed moment, a bit of a tweed bag to my tweed look. So it's just a fun little styling piece. I have actually been reaching for this one a little bit more lately, so this one is staying in my collection for now. I think Chanel tweed is beautiful, but I do have to give this a little wash. The next medium large bag I wanted to share is this gorgeous lime green. I think I've mentioned in my many videos before that I was really in a green moment, I think in 2021 or 2022. I added a lot of green bags, and for some reason this really caught my eye. It's like a chartreuse green, and I absolutely loved it. I really liked wearing green, like limey green at the time. I feel like if I had this in a smaller size, I probably would wear it out a bit more. I haven't worn this very often, if at all. Really do want to wear it out more this spring summer, but it is such a unique pop of color, and it is in the most amazing vintage condition. I actually prefer a Chanel classic flap with this flat lambskin leather. I don't like the flat leather, but it sort of looks a little bit uneven. I like this just solidly flat lambskin, and some bags are actually made this way where they just weren't puffy at all, and I actually prefer that. So you can see the lambskin on this is sort of just all flat but completely even, which I love. This one is in the silver hardware. The interior is absolutely pristine. I think I did a video reveal of this one. It is so gorgeous. I love this color. I really want to wear it out more because it's so unique. But yeah, that is her. Another medium large, and definitely a favorite. It's so beautiful and pretty. This is the pink Sakura classic flap in the caviar leather with the gold hardware. So stunning. The interior just looks like that, nice and plain. These are so expensive now, I think, just because it's such a beautiful pink. It's like the perfect baby pink, powdery pink color. It's just so neutral in terms of its undertones. It doesn't lean purple, it doesn't lean too coral. It really is a perfect neutral pink color. I absolutely love this bag. The only thing is I wish I added it in a small, but as it happens, I only found it it in a medium large. I think if I was looking to add this in a small, it would be a crazy amount of money, but I really love this one. I don't see myself letting this one go for a long time. This is like a collector's piece for me. So yeah, just gorgeous in the caviar leather. This is my Chanel medium large in the sort of cream lambskin leather with gold hardware. So it's actually not like your typical beige color. This is more of an off-white rather than a white. I do actually have another white bag in my collection, and you can see the difference here. So this is more of like a creamy beige. It's such a delicious color. It's actually in really good condition for its age. I really thought I was going to sell this one when I got this white one here, but they're just different in my opinion, and this is like just like a beautiful beige color which works really well with, you know, your beige, your off-whites and creams, browns. So I thought I'd just keep this one. Like, what I dread the most is selling a bag and then regretting it later, because it's always hard to repurchase it. Interior of this is pretty plain. It just looks like that. It's in gorgeous condition, and this one doesn't come with the authenticity card, so I got it for a pretty good deal. I think around $4,500 for this one. And then since I've already shown it to you guys, I might move along to my small classic flaps. So this is my super duper gorgeous, very amazing vintage condition small classic flap in the white. This is absolutely divine. It is like a beautiful, clean, sort of still creamy white, and this one has the gold hardware. When I got this, I was just so blown away that I literally had doubts of its authenticity. So I got it actually authenticated in person in addition to like authenticated online, just because I couldn't believe it. So I've got an entropy certificate for this one, so I'm really pleased. It is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at the condition. There's no yellowing, there's no staining. This is definitely one of those bags that I will baby forever. This is probably just more in my collection to have. I don't foresee myself using this one too often because I dread getting anything on this. So I don't baby too many of my bags, but there are some that I really do take good care of because they're just so rare, so hard to find, and this is definitely one of them. Like, everything about this bag I love. This is from 1989, the year I was born. It is in like beautiful flat lambskin leather, which I love. It's not retouched at all, which is one of the things I worry about with light bags, and it's got the most beautiful vintage gold hardware. So this is one of my most prized possessions from my Chanel collection, and yeah, love everything about it. And then sticking to the small Chanel classic flaps, I also have it in this sort of more dark beige color. This was my first Chanel classic flap. I really love it in this caviar leather with the gold hardware. It really just looks so delicious. This was inspired by Ami Song, who actually had this in the medium large version, but I got it in the small because I was looking to add a small classic flap into my collection for a long time. I'm so glad I added it in this sort of caviar leather because this was one of my most used bags for a long time. I fell in love with a small size. After I got this, all the medium larges started to feel big because this is really perfect as a crossbody bag for me, as well as a little shoulder bag. All the medium large bags I end up wearing sort of as a shoulder bag rather than a crossbody, because crossbody just looks a bit funny, like it's just a bit too big for me, but this small is the perfect size. So if you are petite like me, around about 5 foot, or just, you know, around about that size, the small is a great little bag to check out from Chanel. Another small in my collection is this one. This was one of my most used bags for a long time. Once I fell in love with this, I knew I had to have it in the black caviar leather with gold hardware. For a long time, this was actually also my most used bag just because it was carefree. I was not scared to use it. It paired beautifully with everything. Definitely one of my favorite classic flaps to actually wear in my collection, and it can't get any more classic than the black with gold hardware. And as much as I love lambskin, like I adore lambskin, I will say I think if you want a everyday bag, something that you can throw around, the caviar is sort of a no-brainer. It is really the most durable leather that Chanel has. So that is the small, and this actually has the black interior because this is one of the vintage versions. So this is one of the initial releases. So beautiful bag. And then I think this is my final Chanel small classic flap. This is in the vintage red lambskin leather with gold hardware. This was like a birthday bag that I got myself, I think, for my 30th. I will say I bought a lot of bags for my 30th birthday. It was like my big splurge to myself, also because I ended a very long-term relationship like after 10 years, and so I was heartbroken. I was turning 30 and I really just wanted to spoil myself with things that I loved, and this was one of them. So it is absolutely stunning. Red is my favorite color, and of course gold is my favorite hardware. Lambskin is my favorite leather. Small is my favorite size, so this just made sense. And this was made in 1989, which is the year of my birth, so it just made sense to add this into my collection. I felt like if I was a Chanel bag, this would be me. And I was very specific about adding a red bag into my collection. You may find that some of the red Chanels have been painted or re-dyed, and I wanted one in the original color because I don't mind a painted bag. Like, there are circumstances where you can get away with it, but it does change the texture of the bag, so I just didn't want that. I wanted it sort of as is, in beautiful vintage condition, and this is a bag that I've added, and it looks so perfect against my red outfit today. So this is her. This is my Chanel red lambskin small classic flap with the gold hardware. And then let's move on to the minis, and then we'll go backwards and do the jumbos. The first mini that I added to my collection is this one. This is in the Chanel caviar leather with the silver hardware. Got this pre-loved because I did actually go into the store to try it, but the caviar leather minis were really hard to find. I think they had chevron and then lambskin, and even then, I think in 2016 when I went to Chanel, the leather was a little bit sort of scratched up, which I didn't like for the price that I was paying, and it was $4,000, which was such a huge amount of money at the time. But I got this one just under retail, or like on par with retail, like I think $4,000. This is an 11 series bag, and this was one of my favorite style bags at that time. I love the top stitching detail, and not all caviar classic flaps have that top stitching detail, and definitely the Chanel lambskin don't have that top stitching detail. I think that detail just is so beautiful, so I was actually looking out for that. I will say I kind of wish I added it in the gold because I'm just a gold hardware girl, but at the time I had a lambskin bag with gold hardware, and so I wanted to add another bag with silver hardware. But yeah, that is how it is, but I'm glad I have this one. And then I think I added this one because this was my first red flap at the time. I didn't have a red bag prior to this, and I always wanted a red sort of Chanel mini. This one again is in the silver hardware. I think it was really hard to find red with gold hardware at the time in like the quilting design. This was a present from my ex, but I paid him back for it, so it is just something that I now own and I bought myself. I have thought about selling this one just because I felt like I don't wear as many reds anymore, but I decided to keep it because the other red bag in my collection has gold hardware, and sometimes it's nice to have red with silver because it just looks a little bit more modern and it doesn't look too old. Because I will say red and gold like gives Christmas, gives kind of like vintage and old, whereas red and silver is just a bit more modern and fresh. The interior of a Chanel mini just looks like that. But yeah, so that is my red Chanel square mini in the lambskin leather with silver hardware. Another square mini in my collection is this one right here. I did a video on this one and I absolutely love this one. Now this doesn't actually come with this strap. This is an add-on from HRH. Now this one I think has been treated because the texture of this bag feels a bit different, but it does mean that it looks absolutely pristine. There's no staining on it, and the interior is actually in pretty good condition, just like that. I really love this bag and wear it quite a lot. I think it's the perfect sort of like square mini bag, especially in the white. It is just so fun to wear. Having this top handle makes it so fun and versatile, and then you can still wear it as a crossbody bag like this. I really like this one. I enjoy having it in my collection, and as I mentioned, sometimes having a color treated bag isn't a bad thing because this one is really quite durable, even though it's a lambskin leather, and I've worn it quite a lot already, even though it is a white bag. If you want to see videos of these bags bag, the unboxings of these bags, I'll try and put it in the info bar below. And then in the same sort of like style as this bag, I actually have this. This is a true vintage Chanel, as in this actually was not an add-on. This is just how it is. Chanel actually released a version of these flaps with this sort of top handle. They also had it in a medium large. I think I first saw it on an Instagrammer. I actually thought she added the strap on until I realized it's like that was how they came. So as you can see, the Chanel strap is added on with that detail. You can't take it off. It's actually screwed right on there. And then it does come with a strap. Now this actually isn't the strap that it came with. It came with just like your traditional leather linked chain strap, but I took that one off because it's quite long and I don't like wearing it, and I actually added this one on instead. This is actually a Fendi strap, but I love how wide it is because when you pair it with a vintage bag like this, it just looks so modern. And this is definitely a most used Chanel mini, so much so that I actually need to sort of stop wearing her as much because I think she is getting a little bit more worn than I would like. The interior of this, I'll just show you guys because it is a bit different. As you can see, the grommet isn't open. It's got these closed grommets here that have the Chanel CC, and then the interior sort of just looks like that. This is quite a vintage piece, a 5 series bag. This didn't actually come with the authenticity card, but because it was so rare, I didn't care. I just wanted to add it into my collection because I think I've only seen these a handful of times, and the other times I've seen it comes in the red and a blue. I haven't actually seen a black one, and the black is just so versatile because I really wanted to add like a black Chanel square mini. As I mentioned, like I felt like I missed out with this one, but this vintage style is so cute. You can see that's the difference between like the modern style and the vintage style, and the vintage style is a bit taller and a bit skinnier as well. I love both, but if I was to pick one, I would say this vintage style is my favorite. But you guys know I have a soft spot for vintage bags, so it is what it is. And then another square Chanel flap that I have in my collection is this one. This is a Chanel square mini, and this one is in the bicolor, so you can see there is a black trim and it's got the burgundy. This one I kind of was like in two minds about whether it was a regret or not, because I purchased this one from a Japanese consignment seller, but I just felt like they weren't 100% honest, because as gorgeous as this bag is, as you can see there, this has actually been repainted or color treated or something, because the texture of this bag does not feel the same. And yes, it is beautiful, but I kind of just wish that I knew that. I just don't like to be surprised, because when I feel the interior of this is just so smooth and very like luxurious, and then the outside of this does feel quite like rough and very like obviously treated. The color of this is so gorgeous. Like, how stunning is that? I just love this color combo that I kind of had to add it. So I kind of still love it, but yeah, I do wish that this was in better condition. I do love the bicolor square minis. I think that they're very, very like Chanel, very vintage Chanel. I would love to add it in a black and a white, but this is the bicolor burgundy that I have in my collections. All right, moving along. Square minis are my favorite minis. The next one I wanted to share is this beautiful bright Barbie pink, and this one is with the gold hardware. How stunning is it? So cute. It's like a little Starburst candy. Wore this one to like when I watched Barbie, and I absolutely love it. This pink just makes me happy, and I love that it comes with the gold hardware. I will say I have to be careful with this one because I do worry that the color of this one will fade if I wear it too much. I want to keep it in sort of as great condition as possible. This one actually came with everything. Its authenticity card. I will say because it's lambskin, it is a bit more delicate, so I am a bit more cautious with this one not to wear it too much, which actually brings me to my next bag, and that is this bag right here. Again, another pink Chanel bag. There's something about these sort of like Barbie pink bags that I really do love. This one is in the rectangle with ruthenium hardware and caviar leather. This one I actually got before this bag right here, but I kind of felt like I would love it more if it had gold instead of silver. Since getting this, I've contemplated selling this one, but I haven't had the heart to do that because I feel like this is definitely a bag that I can wear more often if I want to wear like a pink color. And again, the silver makes it a little bit more fresh and fun. And you know, they're different silhouettes, so I've left it, even though it's a little bit excessive. But you guys already know me. This is how I've come to collect all these handbags, because I can't let bags go and I have too many. And when I like something, I really like it, so I get it in like various different colors and different like styles. So that's just how crazy I am. Okay, so I think we are making progress. The next rectangular mini I wanted to share is this one right here. So this is a perforated gold. Isn't it so gorgeous as a festive bag? I purchased this one, I think, for a pretty reasonable price, but in saying that, the condition of this is just okay. Although it's probably hard to tell at the moment in the camera, it does have like wear and tear here, and does have spots where a bit of the shine has come off, but overall, you know, it's in pretty good condition, and I love how shiny it is. It's very festive, so this is a fun one to bring for Christmas parties and events. So I've just kept this one because I do love a gold bag. I don't know what it is about me, but I love a metallic bag like silver and gold, because I think they're really fun pops of color for a bag. They give a bit of interest and intrigue to a bag. So I think I'm going to keep this one for now and just wear it for more events, because look how cute this looks in my outfit. I think I might actually wear this for Christmas, I'm not sure. So this is my Chanel rectangular mini, and this is actually perforated. I'm not sure if you can see. I think they had other colors in this, I think in like silver and then rose gold. I think I saw other fellow YouTubers have this one, but the reason I love this is because of how shiny it looks. Metallic gold on lambskin leather can be really tough because the metallic sheen kind of flakes away, but because this is kind of like a perforated PVC almost, I think it just holds color a little bit better. Another rectangular mini is this one. This is my crumple skin So Black in the chevron. I love this one. This is so edgy and grungy. Love the black So Black leather. I don't know if So Black is as popular as it used to be. I remember everyone kind of, I don't know if it's everyone, but a lot of people that I watched sort of talked about having at least one So Black bag in their collection. I've actually adjusted this so that I've shortened the strap a little bit, just with a ribbon, and I like to do it just on the one side so that you don't have any straps sort of hanging on this side, and this actually allows me to wear it at a much shorter length. I really like the coated PVC finish on this because it gives it a really nice shiny look to the leather, and it actually has a little bit of an iridescence. I'm not sure if you can see, and I also love that it's in chevron. It's just nice and different. So this is definitely a favorite in my collection. I've done an unboxing on this, and yeah, I love this one. It's a great one to wear to the clubs, like I guess a pub going out, because you can wipe the leather of this one because this is PVC coated, so you don't have to worry too much about spills and things getting onto it. And it's all black, which means it's kind of a little bit more under the radar. Not a lot of people know it's Chanel. And then another rectangular flap that I have is this beautiful iridescent mini. Now this is actually not quite a rectangular mini. This was one of their seasonal pieces. I remember when I did a video on this, everyone thought it was fake because I managed to pick it up for an absolute steal. And also the opening of this is magnetic. So this was a very specific release from Chanel. The only thing I find with this one is, I don't know if you can see, the hardware is like in this silver, which has actually oxidated quite a lot. I really want to actually take this into the leather surgeons to have that recolored, but I don't know if there's anything that they can do about it, because I think the leather surgeons try not to alter the look of a bag too much. So I don't think I could actually get the hardware on this replaced, and because it's a magnetic closure, I'm just not sure if yeah, they can do anything about that. But the bag itself, like, look at the metallic sheen on this. It is just so beautiful. It's like an oyster green and like blue, which is so stunning. I love this. If I can add another Chanel classic flap in this colorway, I definitely will, but I want to just see what I can do about replacing the hardware, because I really love this bag and I just want to wear it more, but I just get a bit like, I don't really just love how the hardware looks on that. It kind of just deflates me wearing this. So I will try to wear this one. This is definitely a forever bag in my collection. I'm not letting this one go. And now I might move on to my jumbos and then my seasonal flaps, which I really should have included in my other flat bags. But anyways, this was my first ever Chanel jumbo. I resisted adding a Chanel jumbo into my collection for a long time because I just felt like they were too big for me. But I got to the point where I was like, really should just add it to my collection for the sake of having it in my collection now. Like, I really just got to the collector perspective and thought, well, let's just add it and then it's completed. And if I want to wear it, I can wear it, but you know, it is what it is. And I always wanted to add this one into my collection. This is the Chanel Caviar Jumbo, and this one is in the single flap, as you can see here. And then the other detail that I wanted it to have is I wanted it to have this flat CC. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with jumbos, but like the Chanel jumbo started to have like these circular, like skinny CCs, and I really didn't like the look of that. It to me kind of almost looked fake. So I really wanted the single flap with the grommets side to side rather than front and back, and I wanted it to have the flat CC with the 24 karat gold plating stamp. So that is my Chanel jumbo. I will say I haven't really worn this one as much, and I will admit I actually think this jumbo is definitely more my style. So this is the vintage Chanel jumbo classic flap, also in the single flap. I don't have any double flap jumbos in my collection because I find them really too big and bulky and boxy, like it comes out too wide. I really like the flat profile of these bags. But yeah, so those are my two Chanel jumbos in the black. These are both the jumbo size. There's another size after this one called the maxi, and you can see they're kind of a little bit different. This one's a bit taller and a bit more sort of square, and this one's a little bit more of an east-west design. And the flap on this is a little bit lower as well. So I do find this actually fits more just because the flap on this is a little bit shorter, so you can really fill it up a little bit more compared to this one. Those are my two black Chanel jumbos. And then the other Chanel jumbo in my collection is this one here. I really have thought about selling this one. I am not sure. This is so hard to find, but this is in the dark beige in lambskin with the beautiful gold hardware there. It is exactly like the black version, just in a darker beige. It's so beautiful, and the condition of this is so stunning. I totally overpaid for this one, but I haven't worn it as much as I hoped I would. I'm actually thinking of selling this one, but as I mentioned, I have to really think about it. With any of these bags that I'm thinking of selling, I try to give them a final hurrah, and I try to like wear them out and style them a bit more, see if I really don't have space for it in my collection. So this is on the shopping block, but I am going to wear it and style it and use it more and decide a little bit later whether or not it's something I will sell or not. So that's that one. Final couple of bags are sort of just like miscellaneous classic flat bags that didn't quite fit into my seasonal collection because this felt more like a classic flap to me. The first one is this. This is like a Chanel classic flap in the beautiful chocolate brown color, and this is in the, I think in the Paris style lock. So it's got silver and gold. This is quite a vintage bag, I think from the 80s, so much so that it actually doesn't even have a sticker or authenticity card. I purchased this from Hawkeye Vintage, and if you didn't have a lot of Chanel bags, you'd be quite wary about this bag because of like the interior. It just looks really like just looks a bit crazy, but this is authentic. This is just how Chanel bags were back in the days, and I just love the Mademoiselle Paris style lock of this and the color. It's really unique, and it's different because I think this is actually a mini bag. It is like a small size. The shoulder length of this is actually quite a lot longer too, so you can wear this crossbody, you can wear this shoulder. This is quite rare and a beautiful bag in my collection. And then a very well-known bag in my collection is this one. This is my top handle bag. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's the lady top handle, but this is a beautiful beautiful seasonal flap. This has a single flap closure, which does mean you can actually stuff it to the brim, so you can fit so much in there. But what I love about this is the top handle. I love a good top handle on a bag, which allows me to wear this sort of just casually like this on the go, but then also wear it crossbody, but also you can wear it like as a shoulder bag. So this is literally everything I want in a bag, and it fits so much. This is a well-loved favorite in my collection, so much so that I of course had to get it in this gray. So I didn't plan on getting it in the gray, I just found the gray when I was you know, browsing through all the consignment stores at 2 a.m. in the morning, as you do, and I saw this and absolutely loved it because it's in the dove gray color with gold hardware, which I think is so hard to find. Gray tends to come with silver rather than gold, and I love gold. I will say the gray of this is just quite light though, so I don't reach for it that often, but I think I really need to. This would be a really nice spring summer bags with whites. This would look really beautiful, so I plan on wearing this one more regularly. And then I think you guys saw this one in my February unboxing frenzy. This is the mini trapeze in the white and the black, the bicolor trapeze. This one is a beautiful vintage bag. Again, I adjusted it so that it is a little bit shorter using those sort of adjustment straps there. But what I love about this is the fact that it also comes with the matching wallet. It's got a little baby inside it. It's so cute. And you can put coins or whatever you need to in here, but you can also slip it at the front and wear this bag backwards and wear this bag like that, just for a little bit of a different style. But yeah, it's so cool. I love like these Chanel flaps that have these little mini wallets inside. I think that is so cute and dainty. And look at the detail of this. It's got like, so you see there, and it's got like the quilting inside as well. And then this has feet as well. Like, it's just got so much more detail and design to it, and I love how it's a trapeze. It's just very unique in my opinion, so I love this one in my collection. And then this one, I think this is one of my partner's favorites too. This is a really beautiful camellia print cloth flap bag. Now this isn't actually a classic flap, although it looks like it, because firstly it's just got a single shoulder strap there, but it also has a single flap into it. The interior is pretty plain, just a white leather, but the single flap means you can fit so much in here, and I think this is a really beautiful bag to be able to wear during spring and summer. This is the bag I'm excited to style with, like pinks and purples or even yellow like dresses, so I love this one. I can't believe I was able to find this in such amazing condition, because these ones I've seen around, the cloth is yellowing a little bit, so you just have to be careful when you look at these bags. They can be quite dirty and worn, and that's a problem with cloth bags, so I do have to be careful with it. But it's got like beautiful Chanel detailing. It's got a CC there, and it's also got Chanel written just there. So pretty, so cute. That is it, you guys. I never thought we'd get here. I never thought we'd be able to do this whole collection, but we finally have. And thank you all so much for tuning in and watching these videos. If you enjoyed this series, please give it a thumbs up. I cannot believe I have that many classic flaps, you guys, and I know it's insane. You don't need to tell me, but when I love a bag, I love a bag, and this is my passion. This is what I love spending my money on. But I do love the classic flaps. There's not very many here that I would be willing to sell because I just love them all. It's a bag that I like to add to my collection and love to have multiple different variations and lots of different colors. But that is it. That is my collection series for the year, for 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed this series so far. It's been pretty trying to film all of this, and I can't imagine how Meredith does it, where she's filmed one every single day for all of December. Again, I will put her in the info bar below. Do check her out. What do you think of the series so far? Which one was your favorite? I wanted to do my classic clap as my last because it is my biggest collection and my favorite bag, and of course you know, you gotta do the best for last. If you want to see how I style these bags, do check out my Instagram. I will make sure to put a link in the info bar below. That is where I style these videos, and sometimes I do small reveals of new bags that I've purchased on my Instagram. So if you don't want to miss out, that is where I post daily. That is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this series. Much love to you. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Even though I go away for months on end, I always tell you guys that I want to try and be more consistent, and then I fail, but you guys are always there supporting me, and I really appreciate that. But I will always continue to make videos regardless of how long it's been, and I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for continuing to subscribe, continuing to support, liking these videos and commenting. It really does mean the world. If you tuned into the whole series, please make sure you leave a little handbag emoji in the comment section below, because I know you're a real one and I love and appreciate you. And if you have the time, I would love it if you could send a screenshot of you guys watching these videos. It really does make me smile and warm my heart to see you guys from around the world watching these videos. It really inspires me to keep making more. I will see you again next year, most likely, but I hope you guys are having a wonderful week or weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.